The relationship between Sadani and Donald Trump is about to announce some initiative that is going to make America and Iraq stronger. The expectations of this are pretty high. What do you think this announcement from Trump is going to be? Community comment: MAGA and MEGA make Iraq great again. Frank: I like that because that's exactly what this man is doing right now. This weekend is going to be a very interesting time frame for us. It's really a critical time for us. They even use the word crucial. They definitely have a critical time as far as I'm concerned. Two economists say Iraq's foreign reserves are reassuring compared to previous years. Iraq has large cash reserves that are greater than 100% of the volume of the issued currency. They have more assets, more money backing up the dinar than they have in circulation. So Iraq has over 100% backing for their currency. This is important as most countries only have 20% or so to back their currencies. Our relationship with America will become stronger with an initiative that al-Sadani will announce soon. Expectations of his advisor: I will keep you guys up to speed as to when the rate changes and all that, but it's very, very close. Saleh told Euphrates News that the gold reserve is undoubtedly an important part of Iraq's foreign exchange reserves, as it contributes to enhancing financial stability and confidence in the national currency. According to the announced data, gold reserves have reached about 152 tons. The approximate value of it in the country's foreign investment portfolio is about $14 billion, which constitutes about 13% of the total diversification of that portfolio. Mr. Sami said that the news about the budget is saying, Parliament voted on the incursion of the budget and they did say that the numbers they were given were in the billions, not the trillions like usually. Frank: if they were in the billions, then we have a new exchange rate. Because 1310 creates numbers in the trillions. You know that, I know that, and the CBI knows that. Slowly but surely it is a form of monetary reform education to you. You can call it an innuendo. A fuse is lit. When you light a fuse, an explosion of purchasing power is coming. We are already seeing that Iraq is being elevated to a high status on the list of issues for Trump's agenda. He is not going to wait long to handle Iraq. Iraq is ripe now, and as a businessman Trump must see it too. The opportunities in Iraq are boundless, but they are ripe now. Question: what do you think about the new Treasury Secretary going to Iraq? Isn't it wonderful that his first mission was to go to Iraq? I think they're celebrating 1-1. This is a redenomination. They're going to drop the 3 zeros from the exchange rate and they're going to drop them from their physical currency, and they'll come out with a redenomination of currency without zeros that will match a 1-to-1 rate. We are hearing in Iraq some kind of agreement was reached with Sadani and crew, and they are expecting fireworks on Friday, or completion in the voting. That is what I was told this morning from a contact in Iraq. We will see how this plays out. We are watching Iraq be reborn into a digital age. A new economic renaissance is underway now. The gears of progress being witnessed by all of the world effectively are front and center. There is no stopping Iraq's direction she is taking. It is an awesome thing to watch. Economist: the country's financial situation is among the most prosperous years. Quotes: the country has large cash reserves, which are greater than 100% of the volume of the issued currency. It represents a firewall in the face of crises that may occur, even if they are caused by a decrease in the price of oil. The United States Treasury Secretary just arrived in Iraq and it's a meeting with Sadani and the CBI on the news. Television is showing a lack talking about an imminent launch of initiatives to give economic stability. Frank: many American officials are going to Iraq. To see the new Secretary of Treasury join the CBI and Alak and Sadani in his meeting is very big news. This is big. We have been waiting for this Secretary of Treasury to show up. I am excited to see what the results are after the meeting. The U.S. Republican representative renewed his attack on Iraq, this time by demanding sanctions on the government-owned Rafadain Bank, accusing it of being a machine for laundering money for the Iranian regime and its agents to obtain dollars. Wilson wrote in a blog post on the X platform that the U.S. Treasury and the Federal Reserve, under Joe Biden and his envoy, Brett McGurk, have allowed Rafidane Bank, which is the largest government bank in Iraq, to become a money laundering machine for the Iranian regime and its agents to obtain U.S. dollars. The Republican representative stressed the need to impose sanctions on this bank, Rafidane Bank, noting that President Donald Trump will fix the matter. Yesterday, Wednesday, Wilson attacked the previous administration headed by Joe Biden because of its policy towards Iraq and Iran over the past years. Iraq continues to send $10 billion annually to Iran to buy oil and electricity, thanks to the U.S. exemption, Wilson wrote in a blog post on the X platform. He believed that this American exemption strengthens the regime in Tehran and keeps Iraq subject to Iranian influence, stressing the necessity of canceling this exemption so that Iraq can obtain energy from the Arab world, concluding by saying, "Trump will fix this matter." The Ministry of Finance stressed, on Thursday, the importance of adhering to the recommendations of the Council of Ministers to develop financial and banking performance, as well as emphasizing the acceleration of adopting modern electronic systems in the ministry's formations. The ministry said in a press statement received by Shafaq news agency, the Minister of Finance, Taif Sami Mohammed, held a periodic meeting of the ministry's opinion body, in the presence of the Undersecretary of the Ministry and the general managers of the departments, banks, bodies and affiliated companies. The statement added that the meeting addressed several important topics, most notably reviewing the recommendations of previous committees, evaluating the progress made in implementing the recommendations of the committees formed by the opinion authority in previous sessions, and determining the rates of achievement and potential obstacles. He added, the meeting also discussed the proposed amendments to improve the performance of the ministry's departments and adapt them to the requirements of modern financial management, in line with developments in the financial and business sector. In addition, the minister stressed the importance of adhering to the recommendations of the Council of Ministers and continuing efforts to provide the necessary capabilities within the framework of the government program to develop financial and banking performance. The meeting stressed, according to the statement, the need to accelerate the adoption of modern electronic systems in the ministry's formations, especially in strategic sectors such as banks, customs, and taxes, with the aim of improving work efficiency and providing better services to citizens. Political researcher Qasim al-Tamimi believes that the region is heading towards a new government, which will face difficult choices that will push it to accept the federal government's conditions regarding oil and non-oil imports. Al-Tamimi told Al-Maluma, the region continues to smuggle oil towards Turkish territory and obtains revenues without handing them over to Baghdad. This is the case for border crossings and other departments that receive revenues.